Yeah, this is Margaret in Windsor. Hold on just a second. This doesn't go up. It's a short one. Me and this stand doesn't get along here. It's not meant for this phone. Oh, I was just watching the news now. They're still telling about Jayme Closs that was kidnapped. I believe they said she was 13 years old when she was kidnapped. She may have had a birthday. Anyway, I've been telling about mind control murders for a long time. The reason I keep saying, for one reason, about Larry Flint, because he was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia in 1978 when I was doing a book about mind control murders, how you can create an illness or cure an illness like Ebola and other AIDS, and then take it to South Africa and then pretend you're a friend because you can create the drug company to cure some of it or help. Anyway, that's what's been going on. I wrote a book about that and how you could program people to shoot or have a heart attack, or like Robin Williams think that you had, well, people think he committed suicide. It was done by mind control, just like the programming of the young South Korean in nearby Blacksburg, Virginia Tech, and he shot the 32. Well, he didn't. He was programmed to, and then he was programmed to turn around and shoot himself. So just like James Holmes and Columbine and all of these mass shootings that were done in patterns, they're victims just like the persons that they shot, and like Gabby Gifford, the former congressman married to the twins, Mark and Scott Kelly. She was having a rally, I suppose, up in Tucson a few years back. She was a congresswoman, and she was shot in the head, and so were, I don't know if anybody died, but there were several shot there. And now she's for gun control. And if you're Congress, they do know all this. They really do, about my kidnapping and mind control murders and everything. But the Jayme Closs is, I don't know if it's the last one, but I thought it might be, and all this be told. But the patterns I've tried to tell, and of course, it's like a dictionary. I can't go back and tell you because you'd have to have background on it, where I'm coming from and everything, to see it put up. There are some that you can see directly. You don't need other stuff to go along with it. It can be proven because mind control is not visible. And I want to say, put this up. Some of the Barron, Barron, or Baron, I believe that's where she's living now. And then Gordon, and I believe that's where Patterson, which his name is very important in the timeline in it, and Gordon, as in Gordon, well, I know you put Gordon's name up again. He was a close friend. I'm not even sure he's still alive. I finished high school with him. And what's the other names there? There's some others that's involved in it, names. But right at the moment, the Jayme is very important, her name. I want to ask a question here that the press has said, and the law enforcement. This man, to my knowledge, I think they said he didn't have a record of where he'd committed a crime. It's just suddenly his eyes went on this certain girl named Jayme in Wisconsin, and Barron and Gordon, and just so happened he locked in on her when she was getting on a school bus. He goes out and kills her parents and kidnaps her, and now he's going to stand trial for 2 murders and kidnapping. What on earth would make a man suddenly snap and focus on a certain girl that he saw getting on the bus and do all this? Ask yourself. He was programmed to. Now then, I'm going to get off from here. I'm not feeling good. I just ate some breakfast and I'm not feeling good, so I'm going to get off. Anyway, this is the mind control murders, and I hear them telling hear the law enforcement too, but on Channel 7 in the media, they know all about this and they tell nothing about it, mention mind control, yet they'll go ahead and, like the person today was saying, tell your children they're safe, and all this, when in fact, if you don't tell about mind control, there's no way you can know they're safe. If somehow you don't get control of that, and they can program mass armies now, so it's like this weapon you can't see, and it's a signal. They teach you the Morse code at a low level, and that's it. So anyway, that's stop and think about what I just said about what on earth would get this man, his last name's Patterson, by the way, it's really important in it, to lock in on the schoolgirl and suddenly commit all these crimes. If you think about it, you know. Well,